Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about the best-selling cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, right out the gate, I'm gonna leave. I usually just make it just cards, but I'm actually gonna leave the boxes in there because this is pre-selling as the best-selling product on TCG Player for Yu-Gi-Oh! So when we just take a look at this set, and there's another set I had to look at. I saw someone comment it. I think it was Phantom Rage. That's what it was. Take a look at that after we take a look at this. Um, this is a really good card. This is, yeah, okay, I thought so. The cashier stuff is expensive, like expensive. Honestly, this might sound crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna sound crazy saying this. I don't think $80 is bad. I think there's actually a lot of value. I think you can easily make your money back. And that, getting a display box of this, if I can find that. Like, getting that and spending, I don't know if I want to see this, and spending whenever it's ready to rock and roll, and spending, like, a really large amount on it. I guess you can't even do that. Okay. So, but if you get, because there's the thing too, like, the interesting thing about, like, the Starlight Rare economy is that Konami's not going to stop doing it. Like, Konami's not going to stop putting, like, Mirjade Ice Blade Dragon or Kashtira or Rise Heart and cards like that as Starlight Rares. Like, it's not going to stop doing that. So there's always the lottery ticket aspect of newer sets. But then you add into the fact that there's just, like, an insane amount of cards. Like, if you go here, and let's just say we buy 20. We buy 19 because I clicked the wrong button. I gotta take, there's something that's bumping up the price. Recalos. So, $1,500 is a lot, right? It's a lot. But with the way Kashtira is looking, it might actually just end up being worth it, right? And so, I went way too far back. Point that I'm trying to make, if you can get a Hypernova booster box for $80, I don't actually think it's a bad deal, right? I think Amazing Defenders, too, at $50, less than $50, is also an amazing deal. Obviously, the set isn't as good, but it does still, like I said, have that, collector's rare that, oh my gosh, I just pulled in a sold. I just spent $50 and I pulled in a sold, a collector's rare sold. Let me sell this for the 50 I made and everything else is free, right? Or the 50 I spent and everything else is free, right? And it has that lottery ticket aspect to it. But I have gotten a lot of people commenting on the Pearly archetype saying, like, it's actually not that bad, right? And how I think an archetype might be versus how an archetype actually is, they're two completely different things. Like, maybe pure Minkanko is going to be really good. Minkanko Libromancer is going to be really good. Like, I feel like we've talked about these archetypes either on the penny stock market watch or the regular market watch for a good amount of time. Even this card isn't that bad of a pull here. So Amazing Defenders is also a really good buy. And I think that's why these are the best two selling products in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, if I can find this real quick, I did just want to check this out. And this is just kind of how I, if you guys comment, I do always read the comments. I do like to incorporate what you guys say in the comments as much as I can. See, this is what I was looking for Phantom Rage. I knew I'm not crazy. So make sure you guys do comment and interact. I don't want this to be just like, you buy this card, you don't buy this card. It's really more of a discussion. I'm just starting it, and I feel like I can lead it because I'm a seller. I have a lot of experience with this. I have a really good understanding on economics and how different things work and market trends and different things like that. But like I said, it's a discussion, not a lecture, if that makes sense. Ooh, that's a good, I gotta write that one down. But no. Out the gate, these newer sets, always going to be solid for the reasons I've already mentioned, right? The lottery ticket aspect of it. This looks really cool. Like, I always say, like, be careful you pull a Starlight Rare, like, let's go, I pulled Hita, the Fire Charmer Ablaze Starlight Rare. I'm rich, I just made $200, lunch is on me. And then you can't sell it, right? But this version, I've seen a lot of people running this version. This is a really, really good looking Starlight Rare. And that's the thing. Like, Alpha the Master of Beast, maybe it's not the greatest Starlight Rare, but it's a decent one. But, like, the Zeus one is really, really cool. Let me actually resort this to this way as we take a look at Phantom Rage real quick. Shen is in here. Is that just Shen? Is it Virtual World 2? I think it's Virtual World's in here. Rate Raptor randomly is in here. Kuraz, Lulu, Meow Meow Mew, RIP. The thing is with this set is that a lot of these cards have gotten reprinted. But, right? This is something for this set. First off, the UA support in here is good. It's still UA support, right? But the UA support in here is actually not that bad. UA is a fun archetype, not a good archetype, a fun archetype. And you could randomly end up picking some of that up. I feel like I have 100 of some of these cards. And the thing is with this Phantom Rage set that I actually really like is that I've talked about this sort of thing a lot, where it's like Ultra Guys, Sky Striker, Emancipator. I just saw an Emancipator, an Emancipator Magna Warrior deck on Twitter. That's fun. And like Eldritch, kind of, sort of, even like a deck as old as Burning Abyss, right? There are some decks that people go like even on that Emancipator list, I'm pretty sure I saw a reply that was like, that deck, that Emancipator got me my first Nationals invite. So I love that deck, right? And when we look at the set Phantom Rage, right, that we're just taking a look at, Tri-Brigade and Virtual World are both definitely like that. So as we start to drift away from that massive amount of reprints that they just got in the Megatins, as we start to drift away from Phantom Rage, don't be surprised to see that start to go up. So I actually do agree with the comment that Phantom Rage is actually a really good box to invest in, right? Because it does have the lottery ticket aspect to it, right? I don't think, if you're going to buy a box, I don't think, if it's not the newest set, or like the second newest, third newest, you need to buy one that is in the Starlight Rare era, right? Because if you're not, you could still find a really expensive card, but you're not going to have that lottery ticket aspect of it, where I just spent $80 on this box and I pulled a $400 card. That's just only going to exist in Starlight Rares. So the fact that Phantom Rage has that, and it has actually one of the better ones. If we just take a look. Now I'm in a tangent, but that's okay. And collector's rares are big too. Look at the second best-selling one. Like, just out the gate. I didn't have to scroll down, right? And then 2 from Darkwing Blast. It's just something to keep in mind, right? These cards are not worth what they say. They're worth what you can sell them. If you pull this, you can probably sell it for $500. If you pull this, I don't know if you're gonna be able to sell it for $1,000. Good luck. If you pull this, I could easily see you selling this for $400, right? Now don't come to the comment section a week later, and I pulled Zeus and I haven't been able to sell it. It's $350 and still no one's buying it. And you were wrong. Don't do that, right? Obviously, spend your money, like I always say, how you feel. But I do think Phantom Rage is actually a really good set to invest in. I actually do like that a lot. A lot of similar stuff here, though, that we've talked about before. The Sprite stuff, Kashtira, Unicorn's making its move. Fenrir is actually moving down. Right? Right. Which is interesting. This is a good time to buy this card. 100%. This is about to be part of the best deck in the format. It might find its way into other archetypes, like it always will. This will always be a really good set. People might be worried about like a reprint coming in the wings soon, waiting in the wings soon, but I wouldn't be too worried about all of that. Magnificent Mavens of Display Box. Baron is now a $70 card. Shout out to that. I know a reprint's coming soon. Near mints for 76. We'll get there. It's getting there. I promise you it's getting there. Um, I do like the adventure package. Triple Tactics Talent. RIP. You got nerfed. It got nerfed because it got power craft. I don't know, actually. I don't know if Thrust is. There it is. All right, right here. Let's talk about this card. Triple Tactics Thrust. I was just about to start talking about it anyway. And because I've done so many penny stock market watches, I rarely bump into this, which is pre-sale. But the pre-sale game is fun. It's not necessarily the best, but it's also not the worst. Like the pre-sale game, it was $100 when they first could start buying pre-sales. I think it's supposed to come out today. Or as of making this video today. So it actually should already be out as of you guys watching this video. So you're gonna have to wait and see. And that's why I said it's fun. Me personally, I don't think it's a good card. And I first read the card. If your opponent has activated a monster effect during this turn, you can set one normal spell or trap directly from your deck, except itself. Or if your opponent actually has a monster, you can add it to your hand instead. Right? That set card cannot be activated this turn. When I first read it, I was like, that's going to be a $50 to $80 card that's just not going to be worth the price. There are interesting one-ofs, like that are limited, like cards that are just limited, that this card can search. It doesn't really do anything, though, for you to advance your game state. Here's what I mean. So this card is a 1-for-1, right? It's a 1-for-1 because you activate this card, it goes to the graveyard, you lose the card. And then you set a card to your field, where you add it, right? But for this card to receive maximum value, your opponent needs to do something. And yes, monster effects being activated, that's why Mystic Mine had to get banned. Monster effects are always being activated, right? But you could be in a game state where it doesn't come up. And it's a hard once per turn, right? I don't really know drawing in multiples. I don't really think it'd be that great, right? Like, and don't get me wrong, there are so many fantastic normal, like Raigeki, Dark Hole, the pot cards. All of the pot cards are normal. Defissure, or not Defissure, Deep Barrier, Different Dimension Ground, actually, while we're talking about banishing. Torrential, Bottomless Compulse, Mirror Force. I think Magic Cylinder is a normal trap. There are a lot of really good. Magic Cylinder is not a good card, but there are a lot of really good cards that this card can search. I don't think it's worth the value, and I think because of that, it is going to start to go down in value. Right, so I wouldn't really play the pre-sale game with this. I would wait to see what it looks like after a week. I don't think you're going to have FOMO and go like, man, he told me not to buy it when it was $80. Now it's $100. I could have made profit, and now I'm not going to make profit. But like literally, look at you go to the second page. The most expensive one is still under $100. Like it's people can tell the market is trending. I don't think this is a good buy. Not for $70. Not for $80. Right? If it was as much as Triple Tactics Talent, that would be one thing. Right? But it's not. This card, I've talked about this card a few times. I really like Therion King Recala, or Regulus, excuse me. I think this is a really good, decent. This is a really decent time to buy it. You'd like to have gotten it here, right, when it was in the 30s. But we were talking. I'm pretty sure I was talking about this card then. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. I don't know how long I've been doing the regular market watch, but I talked about this card then. I know I talked about it. I know I've been talking about it a lot. I know that, and I still think it's actually a pretty solid buy. But unfortunately, it is a one-of, and it's another card that could get reprinted very soon. So it's a good buy, not a great buy. I want to take a look at some other pre-sales. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. Um, when we look at this set, we might just do a different video talking about this set as an entirety. But when we look at this set, I don't hate the idea of getting a structure deck for $11. Um, I don't think Trap Tricks is very good. I don't think this structure deck makes them very good. But I think depending on what the ban list does, it could be an interesting rogue category, honestly. And there are cards that are coming from this deck that help insect-based decks and plant-based decks. Like there's generic support, so there will be value here. I could see this actually when this comes out. Like if you can get it from Walmart, Meijer, they have absolutely no idea about the Yu-Gi-Oh secondary market. You're probably going to be able to find them at Walmart or Meijer for about $11, 10 or $11 already. But if you go to your local card shop, they are aware of that, and they might be selling it for $13 or $14. So don't be afraid to play the pre-sale game with this. I actually think this could be a really, really good set to invest in. I love structure decks though. I mean, for the last, if I can find a structure deck, I don't know if I can find a start decks. Is that? I don't think so. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think this is what we're looking for. Maybe if I do this, maybe if I find structure deck, this could work. Like the Dark World structure deck, that's actually pretty decent value. A lot of good danger reprints for about $8. This, I see this everywhere. I don't hate this idea. I wish it came with Despia stuff though, instead of just generic Dragon and Fusion stuff. Like there are some decent reprints in here. In this set that I have like a bunch of now because I bought a bunch of this set, like Pot of Extravagance, Dark Rune No More, Effect Veiler, Ghost Ogre, Called By, and that's why those are the best selling cards there. And maybe the archetype will be good one day again, but probably not anytime soon. The Spirit Charmer structure deck is 11. That's not terrible, but you kind of see what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, okay, these two are under $10, but that's because these two are. I still see these on the shelves all the time. I saw this on the shelf all the time. It was being sold for like $10 or $11, and now I don't see it anymore, and now it's $15, right? And the stuff you can get from these structure decks are really, really good. And, you know, just for example, like, this is not really that great of a structure deck. Like, the archetype is not very good. Dark Rule No More was the chase card. It's not anymore, but it's still a $12 structure deck because it's just, you know what you're going to get from a structure deck, right? And it just, in most cases, the further away you get from the structure deck, like the Rocket Revolt structure deck, the Dino Smasher structure deck, the Pendulum Domination structure deck, Power Link codes. I mean, like literally, even the Sacred Beast structure deck is $35, right? So the point that I'm trying to make with all this, as we are walking about 2 weeks away, it's coming out on the 24th, so yeah, about 2 weeks away, a little bit less, yeah, a little bit less than 2 weeks away, if my math is correct there. No, a little bit more. 2 weeks away is the 20th. A little bit more than 2 weeks away. I think it's a great buy. I think that structure decks always maintain their value. You know, worst case scenario, let me double check something real quick because it was actually just for me. Because I bought this next structure deck. Is that going to work? I don't know if that worked. It did. It did work. You can get these for $3. Oh, plus $8 shipping. Right? I bought this for like $10. Right? And once this weird one goes away, I've already made a very small profit, a very minute profit. But hey, a win's a win, right? And at the end of the page, it's already at $15. Like, people are already getting set up and ready for this to be the next big structure deck, right? Now, I'm not saying go out and buy the structure deck like me, because that's been sitting in my collection for quite some time. It's just been sitting in there. But the time is almost here. The time has almost come. And that's just how structure decks are. Like, even if you just want to get the Trap Trick structure deck, you don't even want to play Trap Tricks. You don't even want the cards that are in the Trap Trick structure deck. I still think it's a solid buy just to hold on to for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Because the thing is, too, I think people wouldn't be opposed. Like, it says unopened, right? And so what that means is maybe it could have some like nicks or like bumps and bruises, but people don't care. Like if the structure deck doesn't look pretty, they don't care. They're going to destroy and rip open box when they're going for the cards anyway. So it very consistently, like these are like the bonds of the Yu-Gi-Oh market. Like structure decks very consistently maintain and retain and gain value. But let me know what you guys think. What are some of the best cards, sets, structure decks, starter packs, whatever you want to call them, that you were looking out for? Make sure you guys let me know in those comments down below. Make sure you guys click that like button to show your support for the channel. Subscribe for even more content. But most importantly of all, have a good day.